Have you ever created a poster or social media post for an event and thought to yourself, do you know what? I like this, but there's something just not quite right. I'm going to show you how you can turn a poster like this one into something more engaging like this one using the sponsor of today's video, Adobe Express. So thank you to Adobe for sponsoring this video. Let's get into it and show you how you can do this. So here we are, we've got this poster here that we've created for a summer bounce event. It's obviously got a big bouncy castle. It's really great. We've got some really cool bright colours on this one, but you can see the outline of where it says summer bounce is just not quite right there. It's really not kind of like hitting with the eyes. And also this white text on a yellow background is hard to see. Now, I'm not here to kind of give you an education on how colours work or anything else like that. We don't need to, because we've now got the option to click here on styles inside of Adobe Express. I'm going to create a copy of this. So I've created a copy and I'm going to actually just create and click down a couple of options. Now for me, I've got my Better Content Creators brand kit set up. So if I wanted to, I could actually click and add my brand kit from here underneath styles. However, if you've not got a brand kit set up or you're creating something for a separate event, you still want it to look good, and that's where these styles can come in handy. So first one here that I really liked was this Pixelify event. So you can see here it's kind of given us this kind of like event kind of like vibe, but it's also kind of like pixely, so it feels a bit retro. However, it's not that easy to read, so I kind of like skipped past this one. The next one that I liked was one a little bit further down, which was this Roboto Black. Now I really like this one. It's got a really good kind of like colours. We can see here it's changed our actual event text. Now you think to yourself like, oh, this is black. It's not actually black. You can see here as we pick on this, if we click on custom, you can see it's not actually black. It's got that green tinge to it, so it kind of blends in with the green background a little bit better. Now as we click through, there's a couple of other options here that I really liked. There was this one from under styles. This one was called text something or other. This one here, this was this one, and I really like this one. And we've also got this one here that I really like. Actually, this is the text one. This is a different one. Now I started thinking to myself, well, actually I really like the text, I really like the colors on this one, but I like the font on this one. And that's where we can kind of like choose to select this one. If we click on the three dots up here, you can see you can copy style. If we go back to our poster here, and this is another copy that I've created, we can click on the three dots and we can paste in the style. Now from here we can go in and do some other things. Now if you remember on the original one, it's got this kind of like white border around the edge here. So if you wanted to, and choose the right one, we can come in, we can actually select that square, and it's got the edge here, so we can come back and we can actually just give it that edge again. Now we might want to actually come over, and you can see on here we've actually got in use, so we can see we've got the colors that are in use. Now I know it's this one, so we can now actually tie those extra elements into those brands colors that, or those colors that have been applied using the styles feature. Now I really like this option. We can, as I say, we've got the option to just click recommended, where it's going to actually change the font and the colors. We can choose on this one where it's just going to actually apply the colors, or we can choose on this one where it's actually going to then just change the fonts. And now we've got our design looking exactly as we wanted to. We could just download that and post that out. If it's a poster, obviously you can just get that printed, but what we want to actually do is actually create this as a social media post. So we want to create some animation in there, and it's really easy inside of Adobe Express. Now the easiest way I've found to actually get to the animations page is if you select something, you then get the box come up and you can click and select animation. Now this is the option to just click animate all, and we do have all of these different options where we could have them just glide in or pop in or anything else like that. The pop in one kind of works because it's a bouncy castle. However, I'm going to click remove all on those, and what I want to do is actually select some actual animations. So first of all, I want a wobble, because for me, this one is one that actually worked really well for the bouncy castle. You can see here, it wobbles in. If we click again, we're going to get these additional options to change the speed, the spring, or the squish, also the direction, and also where it actually pins it from. So for this one, I want it to drop downwards. So we're going to click down, and that's a lot of spring. So I think I want to kind of like drop that down a little bit, just kind of like maybe just nudge it up a little bit more, because I want it to come on, and I want it to give that impression that it is a bouncy castle. Now I love that. That's really cool. Again, the other thing that I want to add this animation to is the main text here. So we're going to come over to this one, which is wobble again, and I want to have this drop down on here, and we're going to see we can change this one where we want it to kind of like bounce. We can have it bounce all over the place. We can have this one. I kind of like that one, to be fair. This one's really good. Actually, I'm going to go for that one. Okay, I could sit here playing about trying different options all day long. And now we can see, if we click play on this, we can see that it's actually added some animation in there. It's got the bouncy castle coming down, it's got our new colours, our new fonts, and it's actually more engaging and actually more chance of stopping that scroll. So give this a go yourself. I'll put a link to this down in the description below for you to try Adobe Express free for 30 days. If you've got any questions about using this or any other features inside of Adobe Express, give me a shout, let me know down in the comments. And until next time, thank you very much, and bye for now.